that the law is good, read.
If a man use it lawfully.
If you use it lawfully, as it's written, you know, but not as a cloak of maliciousness against your brother or your sister. You know, being angry without a cause like you the Most High. Brothers be like they the Most High. Ain't no mercy and grace given no kind of way, shape, or form. They rolling like the Most High. Most High gave us mercy and grace. He said he loved Jacob, and they don't even love their people. How you call yourself following the law and you even love your people? You don't even know your people. Some people you don't even know, but you hate your people.
That's right.
You even know them. You just put a blanket on, I hate these people. And it's your own people. Get that in Leviticus, what the Most High said concerning how we supposed to be with our people, man. Leviticus 18. And read verse 1.
And
I think,
Leviticus chapter 18, verse 1. And the Most High spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto the children of Israel, and say unto them, I am the Most High, your power.
That's all I want. I think it's look at love thy neighbor as thyself. Go back to Romans. I'll find it. Romans 7,
verse 10.
Yeah.
Romans chapter 7, verse 10.
Right. Go ahead.
Romans chapter 7, verse 10. And the commandment which was ordained to life, I found to be unto death.
Right. The commandment was ordained to life. Like it says, we just read it. It says, they that keep it shall come to what? Life. They that leave it shall what? Die. Straight up. Go ahead.
For sin, occasioned by the commandment, deceived me.
Right.
And by it slew me.
Slew him. Go ahead. I mean, that's because you're not doing what's right. You're not operating in the right spirit. You know, you can't hide. You can't hide. I mean, people think that they're getting away with stuff. We ain't getting away with nothing, man.
That's right.
Remember this, man. Get going to the Apocrypha. My Apocrypha. And get Ecclesiasticus, the 23rd chapter, the 19th verse.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 23, verse 19.
Right.
Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
See, the eyes of the Most High, his eyes are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. 10,000 times brighter than the sun. So they only fear the eyes of man. That's why people don't fear the Most High. Hear that? Read that again. Listen what it says. Read.
Ecclesiastes 23:19. Such a man only feareth the eyes of men, and knoweth not that the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun.
So the eyes of the Most High are 10,000 times brighter than the sun. We can't even look up at the sun. Okay, you have glasses on or not. You mess your eyes up looking up at the sun. 10,000 times brighter than that. Read.
Beholding all the ways of men.
Beholding what?
All the ways of men.
Beholding all the ways of men. Read.
And considering the most secret parts.
So ain't nothing you doing that's in secret.
Right.
You know. Even if you say you don't like somebody, you don't like your people. You know. That's wrong. You got this problem with someone. You got to get over that. You can't, that's holding on to a grudge that will kill you. You will see your life, especially those that have been ordained to this ministry, dealing with, you know, trying to reach our people and deal with our people and bring them back to the light.
That's right.
That's a dangerous cause. That's dangerous. Whether you realize it or not. Get Leviticus 19 and 1. So continue where you at in Ecclesiastes 23:19.
Ecclesiastes chapter 23, verse 20. He knew all things ever they were created.
So he knew everything before it was even created, man. He knew all things before it was created, read.
So also after they were perfected, he looked upon them all.
See that? He looked upon everything, man. Not nothing was excluded from his eyes. Nothing. Not one thing. Now read this. So looking at Most High seeing everything, no, you get Ecclesiastes 17 and 15, whole Leviticus, because we got to come back to there because you got that? Read that.
Leviticus chapter 19, verse 1. And the Most High spoke unto Moses, saying, Speak unto all the congregation of the children of Israel, and say unto them, Ye shall be holy, for I, the Most High, your power, am holy.
Right, so he said we got to be holy, because the Most High, our power, is holy, meaning true and pure. Jump up to verse 17 and 18.
Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thy heart.
What it said, we ain't supposed to be hating on our brother in our mind. You supposed to be thinking about hating on your brother or your sister. You know, you're not supposed to be doing that. That's a sin.
That's right.
Because he said we're not supposed to do it. You do it, it is sin.
Right.
Read.
Thou shalt in any wise rebuke thy neighbor, and not suffer sin upon him.
Well, you hear that? We ain't supposed to be rebuking our neighbor, suffer sin upon them. You know, sitting around wishing bad on one of our brothers or sisters. That's wrong. That's totally off. That's off. It's too much that we got to do to make it as individuals for us to be sitting around, you know, moping about somebody that's not even in your world.
Right.
Not even in your worlds. All those have a certain world, right?
Right.
We got our own personal worlds.
Mm-hmm.
Some got many worlds, right?
That's right.
I mean, and here you are, you rapping on somebody that ain't even in your world. We come together on a conference call, you know, we family, and we all, you know, in the flesh, we're a spiritual family.
That's right.
So we gotta, you know, use this to apply it in our life once the book is closed, y'all.
That's right.
Read.
Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people.
There it is, against the children of Israel. We got to be a certain way. We cannot deviate from this. We cannot deviate from what he's saying here. Or else, you know, you're going to find yourself being dealt with by the Most High.
Right.
That's
You're
right.
fighting against the Most High.
You're going to be fighting against what he's saying.
Right.
Con.
Is that it?
But thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself.
You got to love your people as yourself. So when you start with self, when I do a self-examination, we always start with self. Ourselves.
That's right.
We tear ourselves apart. You know? When you tear yourself apart, then you can look at yourself and say, okay, well, I ain't got it together. If you got it all together, then what's my second side to come back and teach you what the Most High for 1,000 years for? You all together. You already got it. I always say we know in part and prophesy in part. But some feel they already have it. They already got it. They know. Or they feel so bad about themselves, so they lash out at others because you inside yourself, the spirits you got, or you dealing with, the spirits they dealing with are so negative or so bad that they can't be happy. Like I was talking about last night, that peace of a Mashiach Yahushua, they can't get it because they so disenfranchised with their own self. That's why love that neighbor as yourself. So how you feel about yourself, you don't feel good about yourself, how you gonna treat somebody else nice or in the proper way that the Most High would have us, love each other, and you really hating on yourself. You really not satisfied with yourself. And you can really see it because it's gonna come out. Like, dang, wow, that's why this dude got a whole lot of spirits on him. Well, then you drink. When we know about brothers that drink. We done experienced that. They drink and next thing you know, they're a different person.
Con.
They change. Like you said last night, brother can't even put a drop.
Yeah, drop on
Just
their
a little
tongue.
drop on their tongue. That's it, a little drop on their tongue, and they done went off. That's all they need. Shoot, that little drop.
Yep.
They just change. That's how it is, man. That's why he said you gotta
Super
love.
shooter after that.
That's right. So you gotta love your neighbor as yourself, man. How you feel about yourself, how you gonna treat somebody else. So if you got problems, then you gonna lash out at people with the problems because you got problems. So understand this, that's right. And that's why I say you gotta start with. A lot of times you go to the end and you come to the front from the back to the front. And throughout we just gotta look at this. Give me Ecclesiasticus 30 and 21. Now read verse 17 first.
Ecclesiasticus, chapter 30, verse 17.
It's on page 89 in the red apocrypha if you have it. Read.
Death is better than a bitter life or continual sickness.
Well, I say death is better than a bitter life. You all the time bitter, or continual sickness. People that's real sick, continually until they just, most of them have them suffering until they just die. Verse 21.
Ecclesiasticus 30:21. Give not over thy mind to heaviness.
Don't give your mind over to heaviness. That's why I say love that neighbor as thyself. But you up here all the time, woe is me. Woe is me. Woe is me. Woe is me. And you look around, there's something wrong with you. Read.
And afflict not thyself in thine own counsel.
Yeah, afflict not yourself in the way you think. Love that neighbor as what? Thyself.
Thyself.
So you're afflicting yourself in your own mind. We started with Jeremiah what? 17 and 9.
That's right.
The heart is what? Deceitful above all things. And how?
Desperately wicked.
Right. So that's what you're doing. You letting your wicked mind, transform you into not this new creature, but this old creature with more demons.
Right.
And now you sometime a new creature, trying to work to be a new creature, but sometimes you going back to that old demon or letting them old demons come out that you always had.
You just feel comfortable with.
And feel comfortable with it, right. You comfortable with these demons. Right. Read on.
Ecclesiasticus 30:22. The gladness of the heart is the life of man.
Hear that? The gladness of the heart, being happy.
Right.
Of the heart is the life of man.
That's right.
You got to find some way to be happy. No matter what, you got to, like you say, whatever he give you, take out.
Cheerfully.
Right, so you got to find a way to be cheerful. You got to find a way to be up, find a way to be happy, a way to keep moving. Keep it moving and not be stagnant. Go ahead.
That's right.
Right, Bob. Shama Mashiach Yahushua. Go ahead.
And the joyfulness of a man prolongeth his days.
So the joyfulness of a man prolongs his days, so the sadness of a man shorten his days.
Right.
When you all sad and being out of shape, that shorten your days.
The truth. They have a heart attack.
Yeah. Or you have ulcers.
Yeah.
You know,
Con.
all the time having pain. That's what I say. That's a continuous sickness. You can most high deal with you. Next thing you know, you sick.
That's right.
You're not healthy anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Read.
Love thine own soul and comfort thy heart.
See, love your own self. So that's why I say love thy neighbor as what?
Thyself.
Right. So if you love yourself, then you will comfort your own spirit, your own heart, your own mind. You know, you find the comfort in these words through the scriptures. It's supposed to be a comforting to you. Read.
Remove sorrow far from thee.
Remove sorrow far from thee. But if you are uptight, you're just waiting to explode on somebody, you sorrowful and sorry.
Con.
Sorry and sorrowful. Because you sorry because you ain't following what the Most High say. Do. And you sorrowful because you know you ain't satisfied with yourself.
That's right.
When you do a self-examination of yourself, you ain't really satisfied with yourself. Read.
For sorrow hath killed many,
Hear that? Sorrow have killed many. Read.
and there is no profit therein.
There's no profit therein. So now, go to Ecclesiasticus 14 and 2.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 14 verse 2. Blessed is he whose conscience hath not condemned him.
Blessed is he whose conscience have not condemned him. Blessed is he whose conscience have not condemned him. Go ahead.
And who is not fallen his hope in the Most High Mashiach Yahushua.
Right, you done lost faith. Lost faith in the Mashiach Yahushua. Lost faith, man. Don't have the faith that they supposed to have. Really, seriously. Get Romans 14th chapter. And the 22nd verse.
Romans chapter 14, verse 22. Hast thou faith?
Have you faith? Well, say you done lost your hope, but you lost your hope in the Most High. By Shema Mashiach Yahushua, you ain't got no faith. You know, your faith is wavering. You wavering. Those are spirits of the devil dealing with you. Call it out.
Hast thou
scripture?
faith? Romans chapter 14, verse 22.
Right.
Hast thou faith?
You have faith. B.
Have it to thyself before the Most High by Hashem Mashiach Yahushua.
Yeah, have it before the Most High. Shema Mashiach Yahushua. In the name of the Lord and Savior, read.
Happy is he that condemneth not himself in that thing which he alloweth.
See, happy is he that don't condemn himself in the things that you allow to happen. You allow the demons, you allow the spirits, the evil spirits to possess you, to have you feel the way you feel. And get Ecclesiasticus 3:24. You allow this to happen. Verse 23.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 verse 23. Be not curious.
No. Romans 14:23.
Romans chapter 14, verse 23.
Right.
And he that doubteth is damned if he eat.
Yeah. He that doubteth is damned if he eat. Y'all hear this? You damned if you eat.
Con.
Read.
Because he eateth not of faith.
So you don't have the faith. So he said you damned already because you don't believe. Faith is belief.
That's right.
You know, hope in the Most High. By Shama Mashiach Yahushai. Read.
For whosoever,
Whatsoever.
Shalaki, for whatsoever is not of faith is sin.
That whatsoever is not of faith is sin. So when you doubt, you're sinning.
That's right.
That's why you're sinning. When you have doubt, you're sinning. How you gonna get past that?
Faith.
You know, it's all about faith.
That's right.
1 John 3:21. Now you was holding Ecclesiastes 3:24. Read that. That's very good too.
Ecclesiasticus chapter 3 verse 24.
Right.
For many are deceived by their own vain opinion.
That's why I say that's the opinion that comes from what? Mine. I think the phone cover just went off. My phone just died.
Oh.
Dang.
I got my phone.
Can you turn it on? But it says many are deceived by their own vain opinion. We'll be right back.